Yo. Alright, we live. Get this thumbnail. That boy Sauce Walka got his ass rage baited. Look at this shit.
What are you saying?
Man, my car ain't finna get towed.
You better pay for the parking spot. What you talking about?
I'm saying y'all own the parking lot.
What it look like I do?
I'm saying it don't look like y'all own the parking lot. Y'all hustling.
We do own the parking lot.
How do I know though? How would I know that?
You don't
I'm
know
saying
that.
how do I exactly? So that's why I don't believe
Stop
it.
fucking talking, bro. Pay the goddamn money.
Shut your bitch ass up. You don't talk to me like that. I'll beat you up in y'all. I'll punch the shit out you, nigga. In front of the police. Boy, fuck around with you, nigga.
Dumbass boy.
Shut your bitch ass up. What? Come on. What's up? Come on. Come on. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, you assaulted me. You assaulted me. What is you talking about? Man, everybody just seen that shit. 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 It's on camera. You just said you gonna slap the shit out of me. You just said you gonna slap the shit out of me. It's on camera. He said he gonna slap me, bro. He said he gonna see.
Bring your back right now.
I didn't do nothing.
Why
He
you
said,
spit on my face? Why you punching your toes?
Bitch ass parking lot. This is not a man. He is a punk, bro. Bro ran like Red and Friday. This nigga rage baited him. He gonna run up, act like he finna box, and then go run to the police. Like, what kind of lame ass shit is that? This water, by the way, it's got lemon in it. But what kind of lame ass shit is that, bro? Like, this the type of niggas that's out here in the world today, bro. People that's really trying to trick you out your position. No cap. This niggas out here actually trying to. If somebody said, bro, I need to get deported for that false claim. No cap. Yeah, little buddy need that bill. He said, help, help. Yeah, he need to get punched in his face one time. Never in my life seen shit like that. Then the police automatically arrested, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. That nigga was gonna punch his ass up. Bro, but this the thing though. He had the same, he put that energy out. You feel me? So it's like, that shit is weird. Oh, this whole page is shorts. I didn't realize that. But yeah, that whole situation is weird, bro.
Why you punching?
So yeah, let's see what Sauce Walka got to say about this shit, bro. Because the fact that there's so many people out here like this, bro, in the world, it's ridiculous, gang. Like, there's so many people, and this happened to him right after he spoke on that Jesus situation. That's why you got to be careful the energy you invite, because there's some real demons on this realm, bro. Like, these motherfuckers want to play with your energy, bro. Like, you're dealing with real NPCs.
this man just said he gonna slap the shit out of me. They all seen it.
Pay for the parking spot.
I'm saying y'all own the parking lot.
What it look like I do?
Okay, even if he didn't, he might have. Okay, Sauce Walka might have got it wrong. Even if he didn't say he'll slap the shit out of him, it don't matter. This mess, this Arab mess. I don't know what he is, but this dude literally talked hella shit for. He don't want to initiate the verbal, the aggressive verbalness. They were already having a tough conversation, but it was no disrespect involved. He went to disrespecting him as a man, right? Like, if you call police a bitch, they'll be like, hold on, who you talking to, nigga? Like, even the police get offended if you keep disrespecting them, and they'll do some shit that technically may be able to lose their job or whatever. So any human being, when disrespect is being presented, is gonna react in a way. This is the same situation, like, oh, don't chimp out type shit. No, bro. No. Nigga, this shit is crazy. I might change the title, chimp out or something like that. But I'm just saying, like, he tried to get Sauce to chimp out or whatever. And it's like, first of all, everything's on camera. So, like, this nigga's lame.
I'm saying it don't look like y'all own the parking lot. Y'all hustling.
We do own the parking lot.
How do I know though? How would I know that? What?
What are y'all? What's up?
I got booked to come over here. I'm Sauce Walka. I got booked to come over here. I don't pay the park. I got booked to come over here.
Whoever booked you, tell them to pay for the parking. So everybody got to
That's on there. I don't pay the park. I never pay the park.
So when your shit told, so he's saying,
Huh?
why you punching your toes?
So he's talking about when your shit told. He don't want to initially start talking crazy. Sauce Walka was paid to be there, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, this should be set up or something. Cause it's like, Y'all invited me to be here, but you got a parking lot. That sound like you're hustling. You got a parking lot set up to tax the people that park in a parking lot. I was invited here by one of the companies that own a shop in this lot. This is why Sauce didn't get arrested, none of these things. But here's the thing, right? When the police get called, they act like they don't know nothing. So they'll get to the situation and still not rationalize. Even if they know Sauce Walka right there, they still gotta treat it like they don't know nothing and they just dumb. And whoever called and whoever this, I guarantee you, if Sauce Walka would have ran to him and said, "Oh, he tried to hit me," he wouldn't have automatically just arrested this slick hair motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you that wouldn't have went that way. But the fact that they saw Sauce black ass right there with the tats and ooey, they put him in cuffs immediately. Like, you are a real male Karen. You're a male Karen, for real. This nigga ran to the police like Karen.
Don't talk to me like that. I'll beat you up in your... I'll punch the shit out you, nigga. Like that. I'll beat you up in your... I'll punch the shit out.
How niggas switch me up, pole.
What's up? Come on. Come on. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, you assaulted me. You assaulted me.
Shit weird, bro. And he was really talking to his own, he was really talking to the other dude.
Thank you, Happy.
I don't want to press charge. I don't want to do all of this shit. That's it. It was all about respect, bro.
Alhamdulillah. Shukran. Thank you.
Somebody said, sue. He filmed the whole thing. Wrongful detainment, defamation, and discrimination, bro. Can get crazy bag off of this. He got money for the lawyers too, man. They weren't wrong. Sauce was wrong. He didn't pay the parking. He didn't have to get an attitude with the kid doing his job. Yeah, this is the thing, right? Sauce, like, he could have explained to himself calmly, but when you already got a motherfucker in your face being disrespectful or acting like you're not supposed to be here when you were invited here, his Sauce Walka has the right to be angry, because why the fuck would they book me here and not tell me I gotta pay the park, or not tell me it's some fucking pay the park scheme in the parking lot? Why would I not be informed of this? So whoever booked him set him up, right? But just pay for the parking. Get this nigga out of my face. The fact that he said he never paid for parking, I understand that. Like, nigga, it's a certain way we do shit. But I feel him too. Like, I'd rather just leave than pay for parking or something like that. I don't know. But at the same time, bro, when a motherfucker start disrespecting you, that's when it don't got nothing to do with your job no more. So shut the fuck up with that. Niggas just want to be against Sauce because you literally spit on, bro. The fuck you mean false charge? I ain't see that. All I seen was a nigga square up with somebody and run.
What's up? I got a book to come over here.
That nigga IRL rage baited him, bro. No cap. That was crazy. So yeah, man.
I'm the real crash out. And I love AB and I love Dean. But I'm telling you, I'm a whole nother level of this shit. This is my real life. Bruh. I'm not like nobody. I ain't trying to be super nothing. Sauce. I'm the real crash out. And I love AB and I love Dean.
Nigga said Albert Walker Monday. Nigga got his whole fucking government, bro. Oh my goodness.
There's a little shit going over there.
Yeah, what you got, alright, nigga? You know my favorite question, how's your mental?
Ain't good.
Mental ain't good?
My
You
shit
need to
all
pray?
type of fucked up. I
need to
need
pray?
something. Come on.
Absolutely.
Let's get a prayer in.
Father God, we come to you right now. We thank you for this gracious, glorious day that we have. Father God, we just want to put a special anointing hand on Cousin Sauce right now. And all that he does for all the people, Father God, we ask that you return it to him, Father God. The anointing that he gives, I ask that you give it to him. The praise and the mercy that he gives out to everyone, I ask that you give it to him, Father God. I ask that you put a hedge of protection around him in all aspects.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what opinions we have on the different gods and religions and the creator, bro, you never know when something like this gonna hit. Cause I could feel the easiness being led over me, because this brother got a good soul, man. Cause somebody could be saying the word of God and it feel weird, or it feel aggressive, or it feel combative, or it feel like an attack. But the way he did this, he got the righteous spirit. He got the spirit of the Christ, the spirit of high vibration energies. Somebody was like, I see somebody like, when you got a spiritual dad, some white dude making a joke. He was like, Dad. And then he was like, good night, Dad. He was like, good night, son. And all my vibrational energies and high chakras point and align your chakras. That's just some white boy being real mundane and trying to like make spirituality and all that sound like it's just mumbo jumbo and stuff. And then at the end, he was like, what's gonna happen when I die? Am I gonna see magical foxes or something? Because they're trying to say like, if you don't believe in Jesus, then all that other shit's fake. That's basically what they be getting at. But when I say like, you never know, God is within everything and everyone. My dad used to tell me that when I was a kid. And now when you understand that, this God can work through anything and everybody, but I believe the devil can too. What they call God and devil. I would never unprogram myself. I would never reprogram myself with like religion, because I know what it is, but I understand religion. Like as a human being, I understand religion. But my soul on some higher shit, like just viewing things on a realm, like the God within me sees through religion too though. That's how I feel. But at the end of the day, like, y'all can't underestimate human beings neither, because we were created by God. So all I'm saying is you can't underestimate the power that we have within ourselves as well. But I don't worship my fucking self, my Mitsu, or I'm Omari, or yeah, how Sauce was like, I believe in some dripping and all that stuff. Like, that's cool, but I don't believe in nothing. I either know or I don't. So you do gotta watch what you even saying as well. Y'all gotta realize English is a spelled language too. So shout out to Sauce, man, for even take it. But nobody gonna point this out and say like, look how Sauce Walka opened his heart to receive this message. If he really hated all this stuff, why would he open his heart to this? That's what I'm saying. So the Jesus lovers, y'all want to give people credit when it's due and all this stuff. Y'all need to give grace to people if you realize what type of war realm we in. So yeah, bro. Them people that be like, oh, did you read the Bible? You need to read it again. You need to read it again. Them type of people, like, fuck you. Bible thumpers and shit. You look at this. How are you blasphemous against God but ask for prayer? People are weird. You know what I'm saying? You can't see nothing good out of this because you're a negative ass being, regardless. And you're playing, you're game banging with God. Somebody said you can't be daylight and darkness at the same time. God, do you see how the split personality on these comments? Look at this. Some people are saying that God always prevail. His sheep know his voice went to a group. Them the people that got just righteous energy, period. The people that are saying, don't he just say about God? And he just, them are demonically possessed, Bible thumper, religious, indoctrinated bots. No cap. I don't care what you say.
Way, physically, mentally, but most important, spiritually, Father God. No matter the riches, no matter the diamonds, no matter whatever, he has to get close to you, Father God. And I ask that you call him home, Father God, and let him know that he is.
It ain't about them. It ain't about what he's saying. It's about this brother and opening up and giving this man, you know what I'm saying, an ear to listen to. But yeah, man. So that was interesting with the Sauce Walka situation and everything. What else is happening on social media realm? Shout out to the one person up in here, man. What else is happening on social media world? My boy Rod, you taking all the views, man. My boy Rod, he taking all the views. This nigga Rod got 1,000 people at 3 in the morning, bro, playing the video game, bro. Even Ralphie the Plug got 100 people in his shit. That's crazy. I gotta just keep streaming every day, so even at 1 in the morning, I can have 2 to 3 people. You feel me? Somebody said Gen Z just had a dangerous spiritual awakening.
The question I've grown to hate more than anything is, so what do you do?
In the last few months, young people around the world have had political awakenings, economic awakenings, violent awakenings, and perhaps now most significantly of all, a massive spiritual awakening.
Every single fucking time. Not how are you, not who are you, not what are you passionate about, not what kind of person are you. No. What do you do? Where do you go to school? What do you do for work? It's like before people even decide if they want to know you, they want to know where you rank. I hate that shit. Maybe some people don't even mean anything by it, but that's what it feels like.
Now I want to begin this video by opening up and sharing a personal experience that quite literally saved my life. And I don't say this lightly, could potentially save yours too. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Philosophical Gamer, the millennial defense lawyer for Gen Z, and I started this channel because I'm a millennial who came of age right after the 2008 financial crash, and I simply find it irredeemable and unacceptable that 18 years after 2008, we still haven't fixed the economy, and Gen Z now somehow has it even worse than us millennials. And this is mainly because our narcissistic boomer parents spent 2 decades gaslighting us that the economy is fine and we just need to work harder, instead of taking personal responsibility themselves and fixing the economy that they themselves ruin. Now, when I first hit my early 20s shortly after the 2008 crash, everything in life was just incredibly difficult. I couldn't find a job despite applying to literally hundreds of places. I lived in severe poverty every day. I didn't know when my next meal would come or if I'd even have enough money to pay rent the next month. Eventually, I ended up just swallowing my pride, going on food stamps, selling my plasma, and doing clinical trials to get by. Despite how difficult of an existence that was, none of those experiences, I would say, were the absolute worst thing about my early 20s. The absolute worst thing about my early 20s can be summed up with one simple sentence. One question you inevitably get asked always in every goddamn interaction with another human being. So, what do you do for a living? Now, later on in life, I learned how to deal with this. All you gotta do is give an emphatic, unapologetic, I don't do jack shit. I don't owe my life to being a slave to a corporation. And I'm happy to see that I've
a lot of people don't realize how enslaved they are by a corporation or by their career or by this American dream they're chasing. Like I have a good balance of not giving a fuck about progressing in the world, but at the same time progressing in the world, being in the world but not of the world. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm getting glitchy. I'm gonna up everything in my life, but at the same time, I'm not stressing out about this shit. You could die today. You could die tomorrow. You could live forever. Not forever, but you could live today. You could live tomorrow. It's like at the end of the day, I didn't create this system. I didn't create this money. You can't take none of this stuff with you when you go. Like, it's all just we all just in a process here on Earth. But when it comes to saying what do you do, no, I don't even get asked them questions on a day-to-day basis because I don't have nobody in my face I have to answer that question to. Like, that's how good my reality is set up. I don't even have people in my life asking me these questions no more. I don't think I never have. Well, I don't remember past 6 years. And even if they did, I never gave a fuck.
A lot of you to do the same thing, but when I was younger, I really just didn't know how to answer this question. And so every interaction of meeting a new person went from a casual, normal conversation to a socially engineered humiliation ritual punishment. And I'm sure every one of you out there has experienced this and knows exactly what I'm talking about. If the answer to this default inevitable question isn't something the capitalist wage slave system approves of, you're instantly punished, guilt-tripped, shamed, and humiliated. If your answer is doctor, lawyer, senior upper level management executive director of the exploitation of other human beings, or my favorite, student if you're young enough, then you're praised, exalted, worshipped, and ass-kissed because, well, that's your reward for being an obedient little cog to the system. If your answer is anything else, then, well, you all know what happens next. And at some point, I realized this had to be a socially engineered phenomenon. Punishing you with homelessness, poverty, and starvation isn't enough for these modern-day corporate slave masters. They also have to punish you socially and psychologically if you refuse to be a slave for their shitty low wages. And as you'll see later on, the idea of asking people what you do for a living as the very first question is a very modern capitalist phenomenon. Most people throughout history would find this very strange and unusual. This is absolutely a modern, socially engineered cultural norm, specifically designed to keep you too beaten down and worn out to ever fight back. So let's circle back.
Even what I do now, if I tell people I do content, they probably think I ain't making no money off this shit. Or they probably think I make a lot of money off this shit. But I do what I want to do. If I tell people I wanted to do content 2 to 3 years ago when it wasn't working as well, they look at me like, I tell them I'm just doing Uber until I figure it out. I'm doing DoorDash until I figure it out. I get a real job. I have had somebody tell me get a real job. If I remember this fat ass security guard, I was doing DoorDash, and we was getting into altercation because I don't know, it was something about the DoorDash order. I left it in the lobby or something, and I was supposed to check it in before I left it in the lobby. I can't just walk in and leave the food there and take a picture. So they were trying to get me to do extra steps, and I'm like, man, that shit already done. And then I then slammed the door on the way out and shit. The security guard tried to rock up on me I'll get a real job. And he was arguing. I'm like, shut your fat ass up. You mad you stuck at this motherfucker? I'm moving around, nigga. I'm free. Shut your fat ass down. You a security guard with no gun. Shut your bitch ass up. That's how I was feeling, bro. But yeah, I'm like, man, that shit ain't even work. I want to crash out on a nigga that day. I remember that shit though. It was 2021, 2022. I was for sure not doing the best though, but I was doing good. I mean, I'm not good, but I was doing cool. I was cool, but I wasn't the richest or nothing like that, for sure not.
To what I promised in the beginning of this video, rejecting and escaping this social cultural norm was quite literally life-saving for me, and could very well be for all of you out there as well. And this is the story and journey of how. After donating plasma and doing clinical trials for about a year, I finally managed to save up about $2,000. Okay. I know, this was at a time when $2,000 was actually a decent amount of money. I had researched online that there were several good Eastern European countries where you could live pretty comfortably off $400 to $500 per month. And so I made the bold decision to book a one-way ticket with no plan whatsoever and just hope to wing it and figure it out. A lot of people looked at this decision as risky and reckless, but the way I saw it, the way I was forced to live in the States was just as, if not far more risky and reckless. I couldn't find a job no matter how many times I tried, and my only way of surviving through selling plasma and doing clinical trials was absolutely not sustainable for my long-term health at all, especially in the great United States of America, where healthcare...
That's a good idea, though, but I ain't never think about that. If shit get really sticky in America, just fly overseas and stay somewhere for a few months. But, man, I just rebooked my passport appointment. That shit, it's annoying even dealing with. I just hate how they got the passport process. It's not nothing to hate. I just gotta go get it. I just don't want to get it because it's my book up. Anyway, that shit, y'all don't care about that.
Isn't even available for the poor. Now, for my European audience out there, I know that Europe has its own problems, and it's not an economic paradise for young people either. And I learned this very quickly from the time I stepped a foot onto European soil. My first stop in Europe was a cheap hostel in Romania, where I could rent a cheap bed for $8 a night in a room with 10 other travelers. I ate 2 meals per day, some cheap Romanian pastry for $1 or $2 in the morning, and a cheap $2 to $3 kebab from a local street vendor for dinner in the evening. In total, my living expenses amounted to about $13 a day, and I had to live like this for a long time in order to stretch that $2,000 as long as possible. So in terms of my material conditions, not much actually changed from my situation in the US. Bro. I was still living in poverty, still eating the cheapest foods, still sharing a room with even more roommates, in fact. And yet, despite the fact that my material conditions were just as bad or even worse, My mental health and overall happiness when I was living in this cheap hostel in Romania did a complete 180 and improved in the most transformative way imaginable. In the US, I wasn't just poor. I was depressed and even suicidal at times on top of that. And meanwhile, this hostel experience was one of the happiest times of my life. It quite literally saved my life. And I still look back on it today with very fond memory.
Okay, Mr. Hostel Story. This nigga gave a whole story time, bro. Go back to the video, nigga. All that story time, yeah.
And the reason for this comes down to one simple difference. The hostel was the best social environment imaginable. It was a pit stop for young budget travelers from all over the world, and as a result, no one really cared what you did or how much money you made. In youth hostel culture, the very first question you asked someone wasn't, "Hey, what do you do?" It was, "Hey, where are you from?" And this change, this one small simple change, made all the difference in the world for me. No more awkward introductions for not having a job. No more being judged, humiliated, and punished for refusing to be a slave. No more dehumanizing humiliation rituals where human beings are treated as mere sacrificial economic units. But far more important than the better treatment I received was the better treatment I learned to give back out to others. When I started off by asking someone where they're from instead of what they do, the conversation naturally shifted, and it took a totally different tune. I learned about their families, their culture, their religion, their hometown. Oftentimes, I'd make friends with them and later be able to visit them in their hometown. I learned to view people as actual, living, breathing humans with dreams, emotions, passions, and fears, and not economic units on an Excel spreadsheet. And it made me realize how perverse, shallow, and empty the entire conversation becomes when the very first question is, "What do you do for a living?" Instantly and immediately, a genuine human interaction feels like a shallow business transaction. And as the young Gen Z Chad said in the beginning of this video, you're already sizing people up as a potential connection, a business partner, an economic transaction before you even get to know them as a human being. And this was the beginning of an upwards virtuous cycle that was literally a lifesaver. Others saw me not as an economic unit, but as a fellow young traveler still finding himself and figuring life out. And as a real human being, I then was able to do the same for others. And this not only lifted me out of my personal depression and loneliness, but I was able to build the necessary social skills, confidence, and assertiveness to turn my life around. It's the reason I was able to survive all those years and eventually be able to start this YouTube channel even. Hey guys, we noticed something very interesting in the YouTube analytics. Is to simply subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much, guys. We really, truly appreciate it. And I just can't help but wonder if this simple cultural shift of asking just a different question the first time you meet someone made such a difference for me in one small youth hostel. What would happen if we were to spread the spiritual awakening throughout the entire world? Well, fortunately for us, this might actually be a lot easier than it sounds. We've talked a lot about revolutionary change on this channel. Political revolutions.
Do you know how many people inspire people to change their life just by believing in themselves? You know how many people I used to watch that changed their life, that inspired me to change my life? And you know how many people that I inspired to change their life because they watch me change my life? And etc. and etc. etc. That's why Tupac said, I might not change the world, but I'm gonna spark the brain. Tupac sparked my brain. I spark other people's brain. Like everybody sparks each other's brain. We all bouncing off each other. That's why when you see somebody like a celebrity come on social media and just do a lot of bullshit or just they slop out, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? When you see niggas like Shay Frost and Rakai doing white chicks and people doing all this weird shit, it's like, why are you doing all this weird shit? And you could be motivational. You could be inspirational, bro. You know what I'm saying? What up, BZ? You could be motivational. You could be inspirational. But instead you choose to be a degenerate slop when all we got is depression, and all they trying to do is push fear, depression, anxiety, all these lower things to steal our energy. Like, be a motivation out here, bro.
Economic revolutions, even violent revolutions at times. But perhaps the most powerful and simultaneously also the easiest revolution to pull off would be a spiritual revolution.
y'all pulling up,
Political revolutions are messy and can take years to implement real change. Violent revolutions have obvious severe consequences, which is why I refuse to call for one, despite some of my audience clamoring for it.
Yeah.
But a
Y'all
spiritual
want a violent revolution till your brothers die in your face, bro. How you gonna live in a new tribe when all your brothers dead from war? You gotta prevent war, bro. What do you think politics is for? We should be able to conduct ourselves as human beings without killing each other. That shit is primitive when you think about it. But it's spiritual at the same time. But I'm saying, like, niggas should be able to build up a bigger civilization before, like, niggas want to go to war right now. It's like, we haven't even built nothing to fight and die about. We just crashing out. Like, niggas just want to crash out because they want to deal with life. You got to build a system. The real war is building a system, taking the earth back, building organicness back. Niggas ain't tried to build them pyramids yet. Nigga, we still in Memphis. We still in the ancient lands. They still in South Carolina. I be thinking about all them black folks in the South. All them black folks up north and whatever. They don't come together and govern themselves. That's y'all fault. It's all there. Especially when you move to somewhere like Arizona or you in the middle of the desert. I'm from California, so I got a different perspective. But when you go to the South, you be like, it's all black people here. Y'all should be governing yourself. Y'all should have your own communities, your own stores. You just don't do it. Why? Because we can't. We're being dissembled from a higher level, but at the same time, like, when is niggas gonna take accountability on the day-to-day? But most people that's gonna take accountability, you gotta move as an individual.
Revolution that changes the very way we treat our fellow human beings. We could honestly start this instantly, with no money or resources required. No need to risk our lives in a violent revolution, and all it takes really is a simple mindset shift. The next time you meet someone, or even reconnect with people you already know, simply ask them a question other than the corporate generic, "So, what do you do?" Ask them, "What do you like to do for fun? What are your hobbies and passions? What do you want to make out of this life?" Or, I don't know, even come up with your own good questions to kick off the conversation. We're all clearly sick of the way things are right now. Not just the economy, not just the impossible job market and absurd inflation, although those are undoubtedly huge problems we have to deal with as well. But it's also the sheer brainwashed psychological heartlessness we've all been conditioned to treat each other with. Yeah. It's bad enough that these asshole corpos and our delusional boomer parents treat us.
You're about to be homeless? Oh, well, fucking figure it out. Like, I know how that should be feeling. You don't got enough to pay for the rent, bro. And then once you get past that point, you be like, fuck it. How you can't pay for your rent? You better figure it out. But when you need help, you be like, fuck, like,
as nothing more than an economic unit on a spreadsheet.
Crazy.
But this capitalist brainwashing is so pervasive that to some level, we even do this to each other, even if it's subconscious and unintentional. And here's perhaps the most important thing about all of this. Oftentimes, economic and political change actually follow cultural, spiritual change first. There's a massive reckoning going on in American politics right now, with Democratic, quote-unquote, socialist candidates gaining even more power now. I use the term socialist very loosely here because even the most radical socialist in America is extremely economically conservative by global and historical standards. Right. But this new political revolution didn't come out of nowhere. It happened after years of Gen Z completely changing social and cultural views around the idea of work and productivity. Within a few short years, you guys turned the 9 to 5 from a symbol of pride into a joke and a meme. You turned the idea of climbing the corporate ladder that boomers were once proud of into a modern representation of being a corporate slave. Once people start rejecting the underlying cultural expectations, political and economic change almost always eventually follows. And this life-changing cultural shift can begin with one simple question. Just one simple change in the way you meet people. Next time you meet someone for the first time, instead of asking them what they do, ask them literally anything else. Anything that would help you deprogram from this toxic capitalist culture we've been brainwashed with. Anything that would help you see the other person as a real human being and not a number, a title to be exploited for corporate profits. And in a few years, maybe even less, if we get to a point where the social norm is not to ask someone what their job is at the very first question, I just get the feeling that we would be in a much, much better place and living in a much, much more pleasant world.
Tall forever.
So the whole construct of what's your job? How do you make a living? Doesn't really apply to ancient Egypt. This is a very modern way of understanding what professions are.
Ancient Egypt? That should never apply to no timeline. What can you do is a different thing. What do you do? Bro, people back then had skills, but before, let's just say Industrial Revolution or this whole new world order, nobody was like, yeah, I'm a contractor, or I'm a this. Like, you might have had like titles and names of what people did, but it wasn't like, yeah, I construct buildings and I get paid $55 an hour. Like, no, I'm into agriculture, I'm into architecture, I'm into the arts. But it wasn't like, nigga, or I'm into ancient mysteries. Like, people were in, Nikola Tesla was broke. That nigga was broke as fuck, studying all that ancient free energy shit. Ain't give him no fiat for that, nigga. So, and he's technically one of the greatest minds. He just got old tech. That's another character. That shit, I feel like Nikola Tesla is to cover up Tartaria. When you think about it, it's to cover up an ancient civilization. That's what they do. They put a whole civilization, a whole timeline and an era into one person. Like, no, what the fuck? That shit was way bigger than Tesla, bro. This shit was way bigger than Edison and Tesla, stealing Tesla patents. No, everybody had free energy. Everybody, nigga. China, Europe, Australia, nigga, South America, America, North America, Canada, nigga, Central America. Everybody had free energy. Africa. What the fuck happened? That's the question. Fuck Tesla. What happened to the free energy around the planet, nigga? It's only in these days where people be like, yeah, I do this. I make 300. That, like, this lady, this black woman went on my page and was like, yeah, because I made a video reacting to how this woman said that you need to have $300,000 at 25 years old and be stable. And somebody, I'm like, bro, who? The average person isn't making $100,000. And the lady in my account's like, I made $300,000 in my government contract. That's what's up. But, like, who cares? Like, okay, you make $300,000 on your government contract. That's cool. I understand that. I had a friend that did contracts and stuff like that. He in Korea. He was in the army, but at the end of the day, it's like he made beats and shit, my nigga Maha. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm yapping a lot in this video.
How we work in the world.
Let's go to the next video, bro. We done with this one. Let's see. Nitro Camden mother accused him of ruining her life. That's bullshit. We ain't gonna write that, bro. I did say I was gonna put Speed and Nitro in there, but that shit don't matter neither. GTA 6 is getting mocked by everyone. I need something about today. Agent Brunner is dying and nobody cares. It's crazy. Tom Ford. Tom Ford. Untold story about Sauce. I did just do an AB video. That bitch went up. Sobriety together.
Yeah, I told her this morning that you can't keep doing the streaming shit, putting you on camera and you just getting drunk, humiliating yourself, killing yourself. Cause then, God forbid something happen, it's gonna be hella Dean.
AB is dying and nobody cares. Man, AB, I hope
Still
he's alive, man.
I'm still alive. I was up in the hospital with my wife was there. I said, oh, how did you hear? No, y'all some hoe ass niggas though. Instead of taking care of me, y'all call my wife.
That don't even make sense. Emergency.
On the internet today, a medical emergency can become content before the person supposedly having the emergency is even out of the building. That is the strange world live stream culture created. And the latest Adrian Broner situation is a perfect example of why viewers need to slow down and look at what they're actually being shown.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh.
Broner is not some unknown streamer trying to get his first 1,000 views. He's a former world champion whose name already carries weight in boxing and hip-hop circles. When something involving him starts moving across social
Back with the Skrillex beats.
media, people pay attention. That's exactly why a claim about him being rushed to the hospital can spread so fast.
They go act like they had to rush Adrian Broner out the back, right? They gonna be rushing. They got the people acting like they're rushing Adrian Broner to the hospital, right? Now they got the screen to the side on purpose.
On purpose.
Because they want you to see the people bringing AB out of there. But when they bringing them out of there, they gonna try to slide the screen to make it like they covering it up. But in actuality, they wanted y'all to see the people run out there with Adrian Broner. Now watch this. Now watch how fake this is. Screen to the side on purpose because they want you to see the people bringing AB out of there. But when they bringing them out of there, they gonna try to slide the screen to make it like they covering it up. But in actuality, they wanted y'all to see the people run out there with Adrian Broner.
But there's a major difference between something happening and a story being created around chasing clout. Regardless of him going from a world champion in the boxing world to being exploited in the streaming world, this is still the former 4-division champion.
Like, bro, this nigga don't even look the same, bro. That shit's sad.
Adrian Broner. If AB really had a health scare, the incident would have made all of the actual real news networks. News of that magnitude would have also carried over to every real sports media platform like ESPN. If you really believe Adrian Broner was passed out and rushed to the hospital without it being covered by real news outlets, you need to start rethinking your life choices.
I didn't think about that. They would have covered that shit on TMZ. We didn't see that on TMZ, did we?
First question should always be simple. What actually happened? Not what the gossip blogs headlines say. Not what hip-hop blogs say that picked up the story from the clips of the stream. Not what the comments say. Not what the clippers who are reposting the fake false narrative say. What actually really happened is what needs to be asked.
What happened? Checking AB for the fake hospital emergency stunt. So was fake.
I'm still alive.
Listen, man, stop playing with me, man.
What?
You hurting me, man. No, listen, you hurting me, man. You hurt me bad, man. Chill out, champ.
That question becomes even more important when a story starts inside a live stream.
That nigga sick. He got some type of CTE or something. I seen that video. He lagging, bro. Like every time, like you see the video, he be turning around like this. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That video be frying me, bro. They be turn that nigga around like an animatronic thing. Then they play the AB theme song, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been laughing at the AB theme song for a minute, man. Like, bruh. Oh my gosh, bro. This shit is too much, bro. This shit is just too much, gang. Nigga said don't even see, bro. Nigga said don't even see real clips no more. Nigga just see the audio in the vid of them all being seen together. Nigga don't even get a real clip, bro. Nigga just get audio with a random ass title on it. And they all them niggas in the same video. You could tell Dean. You could tell. Oh my god, bro. Look how they make a whole beat on this shit. It's at the moment Dean, the moment AB and Dean. Like, man, bro. Holy shit, bro.
Fuck a program, gang. I never cared about a program.
That's your problem, though, nigga.
I am the problem. Look it up. I've been the problem.
Even when you see him, videos of him drunk in that restaurant where he didn't want to pay, he still was he still looked like he was going through some type of CT or something.
The kids watching may see a few seconds of footage, hear somebody make a statement, and immediately begin filling in the blanks themselves. Then there's the ones who spend their entire day watching the bullshit play out and are still clueless. Somebody acts sick, somebody says hospital, and suddenly the audience is talking about an emergency as if every detail has been confirmed, and it's actually all cap. That's how the internet works now. The moment gets clipped, the clips get reposted, a page as a headline, a blog turns the headline into an article, another page sees that article and repeats them shits. Then thousands of people see the same thing from different accounts and assume all of those accounts independently confirm the story. Guess what, homie? They didn't. They may all be repeating the same original information, but not a single one of them have any evidence that the shit wasn't a play for clout. They down bad for that shit.
I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
Especially when the subject is somebody's health and it's something like that really happened to
this shit wasn't for clout. That nigga really sick. He probably really went to the hospital. Now, did he get carried out and did he pass? He probably ain't pass out and shit, but I feel like this nigga did go to the hospital, bro. He too incoherent, bro. He's too incoherent. His health has only deteriorated for him not to go to some type of checkup or something. They had the IVs at the house like 3 months ago when they was first starting to do this shit. Like, if you need an IV, why the fuck do you need
it would have
an
been
IV?
no news outlets.
Unless you're really you really didn't went through a situation where you really lost energy or you really lost nutrients or you really lost hydration. Why the fuck would you need an IV just from drinking and partying? They don't even smoke. I will say drinking and smoking and partying, but they don't even fucking smoke weed. These niggas just drink. Like, they just sober ass niggas. I'm sorry, if you only drink, you're a sober ass nigga, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, you only drink and then you just get hella drunk. Like, what the fuck wrong with you, bro? Like, I say what the fuck wrong with you, because I smoke herb and I drink and I do all that shit. I don't do all that shit. I don't do perks and shit or no, but I do smoke and drink. You feel me? But it's like, I do it. I'm not gonna say I do it in moderation. Like, I'm just better than people, but like, I don't get pissy drunk. I'd rather just smoke. You feel me? I'm really a smoker. I just recently started drinking, but I'm like, bruh, when it comes down to it, bro, like, when it really come down to this shit, bro, like, smoking really like open your fucking pineal gland. No cap. This shit is an ancient herb medicine. Now, the way we in taking it is not the best. But herb, how you thinking about shit, bro? But that alcohol, you drink too much of that shit, you act like a fucking dork. Feel me? That shit just how you loose and off pivot and unaligned. I swear to God, alcohol is nothing to start, nothing to get into. That shit not cool. I'm currently fighting generational curses with my bloodline, so it's like I didn't start drinking on damn why I ain't supposed to, but at the same time, I'm only human. I'm doing the best I can to deal with this earth shit
globally, not just social media.
What the fuck? Drink it.
I ain't trying to hydrate, nigga. I'm trying to go back to the hospital, nigga.
Cap. A fake fight can be entertainment. A staged argument can be entertainment. A ridiculous prank can be entertainment. But making an audience believe somebody is suffering a serious medical emergency, it's a different nerve because the reaction being created is false. That type of shit creates a domino effect. Brawner's kids worry. Brawner's mother worries. Former trainers and coaches of Brawner worry. Former and current boxers, they worry too. Trip part is this here. Had this fake hospital shit had been real, things would have went on an entirely different way. The play goes like this here. People start asking whether somebody is alive, whether they're okay, whether something terrible happened, and the person creating the fake situation is the one thing every live streamer is fighting for. Attention. That's where the ethics starts getting uncomfortable. Because if an emergency is real, the audience is witnessing somebody's crisis in real time.
I don't know whether to like listen to the video or start don't dubstepping. Like I feel like I gotta wild out like and the beat drops. Like nigga, why the fuck are you putting dubstep instrumentals on these great ass videos? These videos are good, but why the fuck does he use these instrumentals, bro? I genuinely had that question for this nigga, bro. Like, bro, you could choose any soothing instrumental. There's so many soothing, nice, high vibrational instrumentals, my nigga. You give like a Boondocks Ninth Wonder type of talk, bro. That should be perfect with your country ass voice, nigga. But you want to choose dubstep Skrillex, nigga, to talk over your points. Like, nigga wants to. Why gotta be dubstep, nigga? What the fuck, dude?
Time. If an emergency is staged, the audience watching is being used as part of the performance without necessarily knowing it. That is not a small difference, homie. And when the person involved already has a huge personality, a recognizable name, and a live stream audience hungry for the next wild moment, the potential reach is massive. The bigger issue isn't whether viewers should be entertained. Is whether they are being entertained or being played on. That line gets harder to see when the camera never stops rolling. And there is another reason the hospital shit carries so much weight. Medical stories can instantly change how people view a public figure. A person who was joking around 1 minute can suddenly become somebody the audience feels protective towards the next. Some with general concern for AB, some criticizing his erratic behavior. The emotional shift can generate sympathy, concern, and a completely different kind of attention. For a streamer chasing engagement, that reaction is valuable. For a viewer, it can feel completely genuine, completely real. Whole time, this shit is staged. The viewer should not have to guess whether concern is genuine, whether they are watching a performance designed to make them react in the first place.
Then it get hard too because everything is live streaming. How the story got manufactured. Shit that's live stream, people think it can't be scripted because it ain't a YouTube video. Shit, YouTube video, you like, oh, that's scripted. When it's live streaming, it's like,
the most important part of a viral story is often the part nobody sees, the first few minutes before the headlines start getting posted to social media. That's where the original claim comes from. Dean says something on camera, the chat reacts, the clips get saved. Adrian Broner allegedly leaves the warehouse on a stretcher. The viewers believe he's really being rushed to a hospital. At that moment, there is not a confirmed story at all. It's only the bullshit they put out to the world for clout. This is definitely not the only situation where they fake some shit.
So I just try to hug you every day, bro. It's good.
Hey, come on. Oh yeah, they was acting hella gay.
Alright. Okay, I tried. Fuck, gang. I tried. Hey. Next time we gotta fade, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Huh? We gotta fade, bro. Yeah. We gotta run the more. Which position you gonna be in? Talking about we gotta fade. What's it? Cause I'll do the fucking.
The internet hates boring empty space. Dean and Adrian Broner have been streaming long enough to know that. If people don't know what happened, somebody will fill in the blanks. That's just how this internet shit goes. That is what live stream culture and gossip media create the perfect narrative. Broner and Dean create a moment. The viewers clip it. The clip page is posted. Instagram and YouTube accounts repeat it. Boom, instant viral moment. Then the same audience that watched the original content sees 10 different posts talking about the same shit. Now it feels official to those who don't know any better. That's one of the biggest problems with social media online news. A headline can travel further than the evidence behind it. And when the headline involves somebody being hospitalized, the emotional reaction can outrun the facts before anyone has time to fact check anything. Just look at the language, homie. There is a difference between saying Broner was taken to the hospital and saying Adrian Broner was rushed to the hospital. That first statement tells you where the information came from. The second statement.
I gotta work y'all in a minute, so probably gonna react for like another 20-30 minutes, and then I'm out.
It sound like an established event, something they planned, something they staged. That little difference right there can completely change how an audience understands the story. Then there's another problem, independent confirmation. If a serious medical emergency actually happened, there should eventually be some kind of trail that exists outside the original live stream narrative. That doesn't mean every private medical detail should be made public. Nobody is entitled to somebody else's medical records. HIPAA laws prevent that.
In this lesson, we will discuss HIPAA, or the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. It is essential to understand the basic provisions of HIPAA regulations to protect patient confidentiality and privacy, and
incident involving a nationally recognized athlete would have created independent reporting, statements from representative or witnesses, of verifiable information from real news networks heard all over the country. Without that, viewers are left with the original claim and whatever versions of it the internet carries afterwards. And that's what my skepticism becomes necessary. Not because every viral story is fake, not because every blogger lies, because the audience deserves to know the difference between real reporting and repeating bullshit without actual facts to support it. No one can honestly say what they claim happened on stream actually happened. But when damn near every YouTuber and clipper is reposting it as if the shit was real, that's what creates the problem. The bullshit stage clout chase becomes a fact. And once that happens, correcting it becomes almost impossible. Just like the young dummies in this comment section who actually believe that shit was real. People will remember the headline. They won't remember the real ones who actually exposed the bullshit for what it was. That's why a staged emergency can be so effective as content. Broner doesn't necessarily have to convince everybody forever. He only had to create enough uncertainty, emotion, and curiosity to get people clicking. Once the story starts moving, the internet does the rest. And every new post gives the original moment legs. Then it takes off and runs.
I ain't tell them shit, nigga. We did it, nigga. Whatever y'all say we did that shit, nigga. Respect cap.
There's also a reason gossip.
Say, yeah, nigga, we sold that soul, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. AB like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm AB, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I sold that soul, nigga. I'm AB, nigga.
Report on shit like this as if it were real. They don't need access to the entire story to get attention. They need a viral moment people recognize, and the headline people cannot resist clicking. And with a familiar name like Broner, curiosity,
I go live
it
like
does
late
the
night
rest.
early
That
morning.
creates a strange relationship between the person making the content and the people covering it. Adrian Broner produced a viral moment. The blogs needed the moment. The audience consumed the moment. Everybody can benefit from the attention, even when nobody has established exactly what happened at all. Even me. Hence the reason for this video.
Good money. Yeah, I'm about to go to work, so I gotta wake up my bones anyway.
There's a reason live streamers keep pushing the envelope. Attention pays. A normal stream might have people watching in the background while they get drunk, eat, talk, work out, play silly gay games, and humiliate women. But the second something unexpected happens, viewers stop scrolling and pay attention to the stage play. That's how they make their money.
You tripping.
You heard what he said?
You tripping, cuz.
He said they get drunk, they eat, they work out, they live their life, and then they set the stage play up. That's the argument. That's the crash out. That's the rapper pull up. It's always a staged event. And when y'all seen my last video, Deem the Great, he the one that's organizing all this shit. They're not just randomly going to places, randomly have, like, yeah, there is altercations that's happening, but these scenarios are being created. and then they have such a repeatable format. This shit is like watching Jersey Shore or something like that. That's all this is. It's like Jersey Shore, fucking what's another show we used to watch? Y'all know them type of shows. Them reality TV. It's like reality TV. That's why baddies got involved with them, because they give reality TV show. They give reality TV show.
You tripping, bro? That bitch don't get the hang around us, nigga.
Yeah, you can catch them on the back end. It don't matter, bro.
Now you saying, why you keep blaming me for
Nah.
Why you blaming me for
Man. Ain't cap.
yeah. Bro, let me holler at him.
Nah, bro, it ain't that, bro. No, bro. You tripping.
Oh, back to me?
No, gang.
Are we on show again? 'Cause I don't have
For what? I got shit to say to Cut. He don't even deserve no conversation out of me, though.
This is the crash out moment right here.
Nah. Ain't nothing to talk about. We ain't got no. I just want to talk just to be on screen and be a part of the group, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I just want to say, bro, like.
Are you talking about Sauce Nino?
Stay on your side of the woods. I'm on my side.
Streamers don't just want an audience, they want a viral moment. Something people can clip, something people can argue about, something that makes somebody who wasn't watching the stream ask what happened. A medical emergency is almost guaranteed to create that reaction because people don't treat it like ordinary entertainment. The audience immediately switches from spectator mode into concern mode. That emotional switch is powerful. Adrian Broner and the production team around them knew that. It created comments, it created reposts, it created reaction videos, it created headlines. But one thing it didn't pick up was the real news reporting on it. Never one of those reactions could send more people back toward the original stream. The original live stream might be happening on one platform, but the viral moment doesn't stay there though. That shit goes crazy.
But why else would they turn the camera? They either trashing our shit or planting some shit in our shit.
The police just out there just fiddling and faddling with shit.
No.
No reason you touch that camera.
Yeah.
No reason.
Streamers make one moment inside a live stream and have that same moment circulating across the internet for days. That's why shock has become so valuable. Problem is that once shock becomes valuable, there is pressure to create more of it. A funny stream becomes a wild stream. A wild stream becomes a controversial stream. A controversial stream needs something bigger next time. And eventually, AB and Dean will find themselves competing against their own previous viral moments. That's where stage situations like the one Broner pulled off become very dangerous. If the audience learns that something dramatic gets rewarded with massive attention, there's a financial incentive to manufacture fake drama. The audience may never see the planning, they see the reaction. That's the whole trick. Magicians, they call it sleight of hand. A stage moment can look completely spontaneous when the cameras are positioned correctly and everybody involved knows their role. And live stream audiences are particularly vulnerable to that because the whole selling point is supposed to be authentic IRL shit happening in real time. AB wasn't supposed to look like he was performing. He was supposed to look like he was simply living his life while the audience just so happened to be watching. That's what makes this play feel real for the kids that are watching. But
Right.
feeling real and being real are not the same thing, homie. And that's the lesson that young viewers desperately need to learn. Because if somebody grows up watching influencers turn every personal moment into content, they can start believing that ordinary life is invaluable unless people.
Also, you're gonna feel like I'm gonna be honest, bro. I learned that I'm vulnerable with my content, so I talk about a lot of things and I do a lot of things. I talk about a lot of things. I'm real vulnerable. Like, you can learn things about me that you probably shouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm vulnerable. I'm an open book, but for the most case, with what I want to be an open book on. I'm not an open book with everything, but what I say is, you would think you have to do content a certain way based off of watching AB and D, not knowing half this shit fake. Imagine you actually putting yourself at risk. Imagine you actually going out there trying to really fight people on the street or do something like that, not knowing that these are actors You really about to get your shit clipped off, trying to clip farm. Clip farming. Nigga, they're doing it in a controlled environment with other streamers, them people that look like they're random people, they're paid actors. They're not gonna tell you all this shit. They ain't gonna tell you it's at a set, it's at a stage. You know what I'm saying?
People are watching it. Every argument needs a camera. Every relationship needs an audience. Every crisis needs a live stream. Every shocking moment needs to be clipped. That's how entertainment starts replacing reality.
That's how I clean, nigga. Google me, nigga. On my mama. God rest her soul, nigga. On Jesus sandals, nigga. In Muhammad dreads, nigga. I'm really with the full play bullshit, nigga. I'm not playing without a now.
And once the audience gets used to that, even something as serious as the medical emergency can become another storyline. The disturbing part isn't just that somebody may have staged something, it's that the business model can make staging it make sense. When attention turns into money, the line between authenticity and fake shit becomes something creators can manipulate, and the audience is left trying to figure out where that line was crossed. It's no secret that streamers control the environment in a way traditional news events don't allow. Cameras can be positioned where the audience is most likely to see the reaction. People around these streamers can immediately comment on what viewers are seeing. The timing can create suspense. Then the clip can be released while the audience is still trying to understand what really happened. Shit like that proves that a specific moment was staged. It explains why staging the whole thing is so effective when somebody wants to create the appearance of something real actually happening. That expectation can run ordinary life into a constant search for the next viral moment, with every quiet moment feeling like a problem that needs fixing for the audience before the cameras go quiet again. The real issue with a stunt like this isn't one hospital story. It's the lesson underneath it for those who aren't paying attention. Millions of young people are growing up watching influencers and live streamers build entire careers around attention. They see what gets views. They see what gets clipped. They see what makes the comment section explode. And whether adults want to admit it or not, young viewers study that behavior. They study how people talk. They study how people react. They study what gets rewarded by the algorithm. So when outrageous behavior consistently produces more attention than normal behavior, the message is easy to understand. Being extreme, yeah, that shit works. That can become a dangerous lesson though.
I'm not finna just condone that shit, my nigga.
You ain't condoning nothing, bro. Stop saying words I can't spell, nigga. Starting
No, cause now you playing, my nigga. I'm not playing with you, my nigga. For real though. On some business shit.
Serious ass nigga. Go be serious.
I'm serious right now though. That's a serious convo to have, bro.
Pretending to have an emergency creates more engagement than simply being entertaining. Then some creators are going to be tempted to push that button. That's why the responsibility can't sit entirely on the creator. The audience has power too, homie. Every time people share an unverified story because it sounds crazy, they're telling the algorithm that this kind of content deserves much more reach. That is the part these kids miss. Internet does not care whether attention is positive or negative. A streamer can be praised. A streamer can be criticized. A streamer can be accused of faking something. If everybody is watching the internet that moment as a success, that's why calling out questionable content isn't about being against live streaming. Live streaming can be authentic, funny, creative, unpredictable, and completely entertaining without manufacturing a fake medical crisis like that boy AB did. The issue is deception. If the audience is intentionally led to believe...
I knew the video was already basically over, like, because after it gets to a certain point, it's like he'd start regurgitating his shit. But yeah, bro, I mean, that shit was fake. It makes sense now. But I still think it's something. I think it's sick though, for sure.
Already placed that number or more, and I think it goes without.
This flock cameras, this company is quietly replacing flock cameras, and it's so much worse. How much time I got? Yeah, I mean this is a cool video to end off on. We could do this. It's top of the AM. We need something to stimulate our mind. I'm gonna post all these on the recap though. You already know.
Over the past 18 months, flock surveillance cameras have become a massive topic, with the first signs of national unrest coming in the fight against flock and its products, with people waging the war inside and outside of the courtroom, taking matters often into their own hands. But what if I told you that flock cameras is merely the Trojan horse, and that something even worse has been growing alongside it, that has gone almost completely ignored? And at the same time flock has placed about 113,000 cameras across the US, this new company may have already placed that number or more. And I think it goes without saying that we all sort of knew this flock thing was part of something larger, you know, the growing surveillance state in the surveillance grid. But before we can really get into all that, I think we should go back to the beginning.
Hit that like, man. Learn about flock cameras.
The company Flock is officially named Flock Safety, but let's be honest, Flock Surveillance would be a far more accurate name. Founded in 2017 in Atlanta, Georgia by a then 29-year-old Garrett Langley. Flock in less than 10 years has become a leader in its class and one of the most valuable companies in this industry, and at the same time has arguably become the most hated company in America right now. I think DuPont or Dow Pharmaceuticals could pour a bunch of endocrine disrupting chemicals into America's waterways and Flock would still be far more hated. In any case, Flock is a unique example of how unimpressive the ruling class is, because for all the bark and bite about hunting you down with Flock cameras and soon to be Flock drones, the man behind Flock is kind of a goofball. He's 38 right now, and for the photograph in his Forbes article, wore pants so tight they make sausage casing.
Man, that's a stage front, bro. That's a stage front. People think Elon Musk is just completely behind. Oh yeah, he created Tesla and that's just his idea, or this dude is the leader of Flock. These are front men. We on a world fucking stage, bro. They implement their new technologies through fucking beings. This is no different than Tesla to me. That's how I view shit, bro. I'm not gonna say no different than Tesla, but like, so I understand Tesla was probably he was a real man that had studies and stuff like that. But you got to understand how, even though Tesla was a man, they will create Nikola Tesla, the character, out of the man. I don't know if y'all know what I'm saying with that shit, but
look loose. Garrett, as we said his name is an incredibly unskilled PR man and doesn't seem to have much or any media training because he has only magnified the people's hatred for his company. I don't want to be excessively cruel, even though he is trying to help enslave us all, but he really doesn't even seem that intelligent. Like when you read Jeffrey Epstein's diaries and he misspells basic words like the and. Let me continue before yapping too long. Garrett thought it was a good idea not too long ago to broadcast to the world that the people who don't like his company and its products are terroristic.
Civil debates, and we follow the law. And then unfortunately there's terroristic organizations like DFLOC, whose primary motivation is chaos.
As well as other things like how they hate safety and must be criminals. All because you and I don't want a company in your government to be able to track your every move, the movements of every single American citizen at every second, even more than they already can. And ladies and gentlemen, don't you ever forget that you wanting privacy, we are being told, is what makes you their enemy. And so before I even continued making this video, I decided to poll you guys and see what you thought about this whole topic and if you were in support of Flock cameras, because maybe me and the other people against it are just in the minority. Now obviously I didn't think that was going to be the case, but I was pretty shocked when with the poll that got to almost 10,000 of you, there were less than 3% of those almost 10,000 people who responded that they do support Flock cameras. Not 30%, only 3%. And frankly, since I know a lot of you guys that answered yes that you support Flock cameras are trolls, let's be honest, it's less than probably 150 people who do. And the comments weren't any better. People are so angry about this. It's beginning to push everything seemingly over the edge into a place we have not been in a very long time.
Oh, what did I say? Yeah, this the thing. Right now they can surveillance you, but it's illegal. They have to do, it's like they're surveillancing you. Everything can be bypassed, everything can be watched, but they still gotta get permission. It's illegal. But Flock cameras is gonna make it legal for them to violate your privacy. Right now they already violating your privacy, but it's behind the scenes. They selling your data and they doing all this shit. They can get your information. But
who do.
behind
and the comments
scenes.
Weren't any better. People are so so angry about this. It's beginning to push everything.
Because dude said, wait until you guys hear about smartphones and online shopping, and you watch movies like Social Dilemma. They got all your information. It's just only the top companies using that shit. Okay, in order to legally surveil someone, they would need a warrant to track their phone, but not with flock cameras. Carrying a phone everywhere is optional. Someone could leave it at home, but a flock camera can track you as long as you are walking a route with them mounted. Somebody said, you're actually so naive if you believe this. No, it's a fact. That's true, though. It's not legal to just fucking surveillance someone. Like, it's not legal to just steal people, but that don't mean that's not happening. It's happening already. Your information is being your bank, bro. This shit is a world stage. We say it like that, right? You're being surveillance, but at the same time, they want to surveillance you. Shit, everybody being surveillance by God.
Seemingly over the edge into a place we have not been in a very long time in this country. And I do find this all ironic though, because Flock is claiming to be trying to keep us safe, and yet no one wants their quote-unquote safety. And the irony of Flock for their LinkedIn page for the company having right up in front the tagline that safety is a fundamental right is not lost on me. And yet the company, posing as an entity seeking to bring about the end of crime, has only a fraction of support from Americans. Clearly something is different between what they are promising then and what they are delivering. And it does seem odd, like maybe safety and security isn't the real goal here, which you've probably already come to understand if you're watching this video. But we're gonna see it's a lot deeper than just wanting to monitor us. Let's look at how Garrett originally pitched and currently pitches Flock, and I'm already so tired of saying that silly name for this stupid company. In typical tech founder style, Garrett pitches his company to several VCs or venture capitalists with a massively impossible and really stupid sounding promise. And in this case, Garrett pitched the idea of Flock with the very simple and easily attainable goal of, imagine if we could eliminate crime. We capture evidence to make it easier for police to do their job. Obviously, that's like the stupidest thing ever because not all crimes happen in view of a Flock camera. In any case, this pitch worked and Garrett was invited to the Y Combinator, which is an incubator for startups that a ton of massive tech companies you know today have been through. And with some time, he pretty quickly built a successful demo and pitch deck, which allowed him to secure millions in funding and begin scaling the company. And eventually with some more time, he was able to secure even bigger money to the tune of several $100 million from four main sources. Andreessen and Horowitz, the Founders Fund, which is run by Peter Thiel, Kleiner Perkins, and Tiger Global. I kid you not, this is for later, but just know that each of these investment firms is mentioned dozens of times in the Epstein files and have connections to Jeffrey Epstein, not even like super distant ones, like pretty direct ones. In some cases, Epstein's buddies with the guys behind these funds. And as we'll see later, Jeffrey Epstein's network and money has actually contributed to building this entire surveillance grid. It's insane, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
So basically, they're gonna say Epstein is the modern day Hitler. That's what they're trying to do. Because when you look at the timeline, 100 years down, they're gonna be like, oh, that was the Epstein timeline. No, no, we need to unveil everything, nigga. The fuck? Who else? Why is Epstein tied to everything? Because it has nothing to do with him. He's the front runner. That's why the dude said he's not that intelligent. He's telling you. He just said the owner of Flock is not that intelligent. He's telling you they don't own that shit. That's my conspiracy theory. Coop ain't gonna say it. I'ma say it. They don't own none of this shit. Jeffrey Epstein don't. That nigga's a fucking. He has a leader and a boss. Why you think he got extracted? He didn't even get killed. Because he has a boss, he has a team, he has somebody, bro, they even if they did kill him off, it was his own people. Commit suicide, but a trip van pulls up and the cameras turn off. Michael Franzese says it's impossible to hang yourself in a jail. How many times do y'all need to hear the truth? And when you learn all this information over time, and then new stuff happens, it just confirms everything you learned in the past. I swear to God, it's just crazy.
These hundreds of millions of
I need
dollars
to hit
allowed the
more
company
push-ups.
to expand nationwide, with now over 113,000 flock cameras across the nation, monitoring 24/7 and securing over
50
20
push-ups real quick.
billion images
Not try,
per
but-
month. That's billion with a B
Probably like
and
40.
20 with a 20 every single month. Not every year, not every 6 months, but 20 billion license plates, cars, drivers, pictured, described, mapped, and traced, creating a nationwide autonomous dragnet that monitors hundreds of millions of Americans at this point and their movements, creating a map in real time, all without even a warrant. If that doesn't make your blood boil and your heart beat with ideas of revolution, I don't know what will. Officially, Flock's revenue is somewhere north of $300 million per annum, and that number is taken by getting the average cost of a Flock camera per year multiplied by the number of units that have been deployed. And since Flock doesn't charge or charges very little for a camera's installation, most of the money is made on rental contracts, which cost the average consumer about $3,000 per camera per year. Sometimes more, almost never less. And considering that Flock camera per year multiplied by the number of units that have been deployed. And since Flock doesn't charge or charges very little for a camera's installation, most of the money is made on rental contracts, which cost the average consumer about $3,000 per camera per year. Sometimes more, almost never less. And considering that Flock cameras are used by over 5,000 law enforcement agencies, in over 6,000 communities, they are heavily embedded in the nation. We're going to touch on the Fed's abuse of the camera shortly. However, what's not extremely well known about Flock is that—
Mind you, do you see that surveillance? This looked like a commercial from the early 2000s. And they already got home surveillance. They already got all the surveillance. But now it's 4K tray. Now they can view the whole map like Call of Duty, like a Call of Duty, they got military tech basically.
In the nation.
The average company has military technology.
We're going to touch on the Fed's abuse of the camera shortly.
Flock
However,
cameras,
what's not
military
extremely
tech.
well known about Flock is that you don't have to be an agency to buy or use a Flock camera. In fact, one of the initial target markets for Flock were HOAs or homeowners associations. As if you needed another reason to loathe an HOA, it's that. They also have databases monitoring everyone coming in and out of the neighborhood, and that data too is being streamed into the nationwide network. So now not only on public roads are you being monitored, or as you go into an Academy Sports to buy a baseball bat or a firearm, like in this video.
The new Jeffrey Ireland. We got some more videos to react to. Can anyone explain why they would have a Flock camera watching?
You are now even being monitored at home, in your neighborhood, and the state is seeing all you are doing there as well. Because I refuse to believe that these are only capable of taking photos of your plates.
We have cameras everywhere in that town. You can't get a breath of fresh air in or out without us knowing. You know the quality on the camera doorbell you have.
Yep.
I've got that on my phone right now of you taking that package.
Where is this place?
I just told you.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, I have you on camera.
Okay.
You taking a package and walking away. Is there any reason why you would have done that?
Nope.
You were in town from 11:52 until 12:09.
Look, bro, it's at the point to where it's like I go to work, right? Every time I'm at work and I see a camera, I just be like, damn, like this nigga really just got me like I'm on so many people with cameras, bro. Like I know I am. I know they be watching. Like I could feel the cameras when I'm at work. I could feel them. If that makes sense, like you could feel the cameras, bro. It's hilarious.
Exactly. Like I said, nothing gets in or out of the town without us knowing about it.
52 a.m.
Yes.
On the second. See, I need
And
a phone and all this crap.
and here, well, I can show you. And here's when you left at 12:09. That's when you left town.
To get.
No, to stop at Ridge Trail.
Wait a minute.
And take a package. Well, there's no shushing. I don't
Yes,
need to
there
be.
is. I need to know where this is.
It doesn't matter. I'll be giving this all to you.
Man, you motherfuckers. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't trying to make about race.
If you're going to deny it to me, I am not going to help you with any courtesy. It is her. It is 100%. It is locked in. There is zero doubt. I wouldn't have come here unless I was 100% sure. 100%. It is certain. It is on video. You're obviously welcome to go to court.
Okay, by video evidence, you have the ring and you have my truck. And that is it.
Nope. Everybody in the town of Bomar has a camera.
I don't doubt that.
And really, there's no other way to treat a camera except that it's filming 24/7. Continuing though, some of these cameras I have even seen placed so close to houses you can touch them. Like in this video from Business Review, he's a great channel, a great dude, and I really recommend him. He's on the forefront of a ton of issues like the fight against
That's
Flock.
why I got into content, because I'm like, bruh, everybody on the camera surveillance.
Is Flock safety eavesdropping on private citizens? In this case, this Flock Raven is literally under the eave of a private residence.
Wow.
How close? I'm now touching the sill of this house, standing next to the Raven. This cannot be more than 3 feet from a private home's window.
Especially
I don't know if that's a bedroom window or a living room window, but that microphone is certainly going to be able to pick up conversations inside of this house.
Not to mention, you can also find videos online of these Flock cameras with angles into people's homes. This is to say that, alarmingly, even if every single law enforcement agency dropped Flock right now as we watch this video, they would still be able to monitor uncountable millions of Americans, because HOAs and other community organizations make up around 40% of all Flock cameras in use. And because of this, the problem is far deeper than we can imagine. But it's also much stranger too, because officially Flock is getting revenue from the camera rental contracts, but those numbers for the revenue ignore the far larger revenue stream Flock is likely to be drawing from: Flock's database and data collection systems. Obviously, this is incredibly valuable data. You effectively know where anywhere from a third to 2/3 of Americans are 24/7. And in Flock terms of service and contractual obligations, they retain data ownership for everything these cameras collect. And do not kid yourself, that data is getting sold to the highest bidder. Just assume that always, even if a company says they aren't. Now, for legal reasons, we're just gonna say that's my opinion. As such, there could be
Coop, we got the same opinion, Coop. We got the same opinion, Coop. Cause I got a call from Ontario, Canada yesterday, bro. Every day I'm getting a fucking new call from a random state. It's like, bro, my information is being sold at more extreme now. Like, of course I've been getting spam calls the past couple years, but this shit is every fucking day I get 3-4 calls, bro. I'm like, do I need to start changing my number or do something? Then I almost got hacked the other day. Nigga tried to sign into my fucking Apple account from like fucking random ass place in India or some shit. I just changed my password, but I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Then you know they'd be like, your password's in a data leak and shit like that. I'm like, bro, motherfucker hacked me. I need compensation, so I'm gonna get my shit back regardless. But I'm like, bro, how secure can you be in this fucking dumbass shit, bro? If y'all got all that cyber shit, it better be enough cyber security. It's niggas that are that's the thing though. As much as people are hacking and doing all this stuff, just as much as they're ethical hackers, just as much as they're people that's gonna buy. Like if you steal a nigga Bitcoin, somebody gonna find you. Like it's gonna be groups that's gonna get it back for you. Like it's actually crazy. I don't know if that's a guarantee, but like if it's a certain amount, like especially if motherfucker make content over it, they're gonna help people. People will help you out for content now. Like what I'm saying is as much as niggas used to get off and scam and get past and bypass, as much as security is hyping up, it's the same level. Like I don't think it's ever gonna be a point to where the people on the street are more advanced than people inside government, because the government will hire people off the street before they allow the streets to be more advanced on technology. Like that hacker, you think they don't have a cyber leak type hacker that worked for Rockstar, that worked for them? Just saying.
hundreds of millions or maybe even $1 billion plus in revenue unaccounted for from flock surveillance, because that data is gold for advertisers and for governments. And I wager data is a major factor in the calculation of this company's total market value, considering the entity of Flock is valued at nearly $10 billion as a corporation. And that number really only makes sense if we're also including data streams in the EBITDA. So not only is the data you generate while on public roads being sold, the data you generate in your own home or neighborhood is also being sold. And it should be no surprise then why people are feeling compelled to give these Black Mirror pillars a trim. In any regard, if the data mapping, tracking, constitutional butt wiping, and overreach of the government isn't enough to make your blood run red, white, and blue with certain notions, then this might do it for you. Flock cameras are incredibly susceptible. A gentleman I truly respect, you've got Louis Rossman, Ben Jordan, along with a bevy of other YouTubers and buddies, have been monitoring this situation far longer and more in depth from a technical perspective than I even know how to do. That is not my expertise, and have proven along with tons of other groups that Flock cameras' operational security is about the equivalent of a little girl's dollhouse, and Flock systems can be hacked into in 30 seconds. I can't even make that up. In 30 seconds or less with minimal know-how. And sometimes it doesn't even need to be hacked. They'll just have web listings for you to just tap in and access a camera, which in either case allows anyone to see whatever they desire and track whoever they desire. A flaw inherent in Flock systems we shall see. Now Flock says this hasn't happened, this whole hacking thing, but we can literally prove from the vast and ever-growing stream of people across the internet that the hacks certainly have, are, and will continue happening. But that's not even the biggest problem. The biggest issues in terms of who your data is going to are Flock headquarters.
Is that how the webcam footage is released? That shit getting hacked? There's no way, because that shit, the content be getting took down, right?
The cops. Because oftentimes they aren't even using it for the remotest of things that they allege it's going to be used for. For instance, there are dozens of police officers already who have been charged with misusing Flock for a host of issues, including one officer in Haines County, Florida, who's become infamous for using the camera system to monitor his ex-wife and track her movements. And in less than 2 years, he used the camera database to track his wife 717 separate times. That's more than once every single day. And as far as I can tell, he wasn't even fired for this. We've also got the feds using this for false arrests, and then the federal government also taking this data
like,
for
man, I know this bitch cheating, man. I know this bitch cheating, bro. Where this bitch be going, bro? I know that bitch fucking. Know that bitch got a nigga in my house, bro. That nigga, he is funny as a bitch, bro. This man. Yo, bro. This man said he spotted on his wife 171 times, bro.
Their purposes as well. So as stated though, this cop we mentioned, these cops really are just a few of the dozens of cops who are up to this that have been publicly outed for it. Not to mention the other issues that have come up that we don't even have time to get into. And since this technology is still extremely new, and these are just the cops who have been officially punished and mentioned, we have reason to believe the problem is vastly bigger. Because it's not like the police have ever kept anything a secret or tried to hide their misdeeds. That would be ludicrous. In any regard though, there are institutions that have—
Flock cameras can be hacked, man. Hey, I'm gonna catch y'all a little later. I gotta go to work.